Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you are watching this video, let me welcome you all to our channel Future Endeavors. Okay, in the previous class, we have discussed about the concepts of heat and temperature, and we have also discussed about the scales of temperature, various scales of temperature, and how those scales are related to each other. Now, today we are going to discuss about the anomalous expansion of water. What is anomalous expansion of water? Let us see. So take out your pen, copies, and make heading anomalous expansion of water. Expansion of water. Okay, so what is anomalous expansion of water? Basically, see what happens when some substance is cooled. In the previous class, you have learnt about thermal expansion. That is, when we heat a substance, it expands to a certain extent. Now, what will happen if a substance is cooled? Obviously, the first thing that will come to all of your mind is that definitely the substance will contract, isn't it? The substance will contract. So water also, something happens similar. When water is heated, it expands, and when water is cooled, it contracts. That is, volume is reduced, and when it is heated, its volume increases. Okay. Now, this particular expansion or contraction happens for normal temperature except for a certain range of temperature. What is a certain range of temperature? That certain range of temperature is 4 degrees centigrade to 0 degrees centigrade. In this temperature zone, something different happens with water when it is heated. What does happen? Let us see. See, if you consider you have taken water, say at room temperature 30 degrees centigrade. You have taken water at room temperature 30 degrees centigrade. Now, when you cool down the water, the temperature of water reduces. So, you are cooling the water, temperature reduces or decreases, fine. As you cool the water, okay, what will happen? Definitely the water, the volume of the water will be reduced. It will contract, isn't it? As we have seen, it will contract. So on cooling water, it causes contraction. Okay, fine, contraction. So the volume gets reduced. Now if you keep on cooling, this reduction in volume will continue up to 4 degrees centigrade. That is, when the temperature reaches 4 degrees centigrade, something different starts happening. So the water is cooled and contraction takes place. This happens up to how much? Up to 4 degrees centigrade. Up to 4 degrees centigrade. So when you just cool further below 4 degrees centigrade, what happens? Water very differently starts expanding instead of contracting. Okay. So when it is cooled below 4 degrees centigrade, so when water is cooled below 4 degrees centigrade, what happens? It starts expanding instead of contracting. So it starts expanding instead of contracting. So this is a very weird phenomenon that happens, but it is actually taking place. So the water starts expanding instead of contracting. Now as this phenomenon is weird, unnatural, okay, it's different. So this kind of expansion of water from the range of temperature 4 degrees centigrade to 0 degrees centigrade is called the anomalous expansion of water. So how can you actually define the anomalous expansion? So we can say that when water is cooled from 4 degrees centigrade to 0 degrees centigrade, water expands instead of contracting, that is its volume increases, does not decrease, increases when we cool the water from 4 degrees centigrade to 0 degrees centigrade. This is what? This is anomalous expansion. So if you want to write the definition, I am just defining it once again. When water is cooled from 4 degrees centigrade to 0 degrees centigrade, it expands instead of contracting. This expansion of water is called anomalous expansion of water. Okay, fine. So have you understood? So that is why we have marked this range of temperature from 4 degrees centigrade to 0 degrees centigrade. Fine. Now what will happen at 0 degrees centigrade? At 0 degrees centigrade is, you know, for pure water, it is the freezing point or the melting point. So obviously, if you further cool below 0 degrees centigrade, what will happen? The water will just freeze into ice. Okay, so it changes to a different state. Then again it start to contract. Fine. So we can say this is the anomalous expansion of water. The reverse is also true. When you can you think of what will happen when you heat water from 0 degree to 4 degrees centigrade? When you heat water from 0 degree to 4 centigrade, the reverse thing happens. Okay, water instead of expanding contracts. Okay, and when you heat above 4 degrees centigrade, further above 4 degrees centigrade, then it again starts behaving as normal other substances. It starts to expand, okay, with increase in temperature. But for the temperature range 0 to 4, it shows different kind of behavior. Okay, so I hope anomalous expansion of water is clear to all of you. Now, what is density? What is density of a substance? Can you think what is density of a substance? Its mass per unit volume, isn't it? Its mass per unit volume. So can we say that the density of water keeps on increasing when you cool water? Definitely, this is the same for every other substance. Okay, so density of water as density is equal to mass by volume. When you cool water, okay, what will happen? The volume decreases. As a result, density increases. So density of water increases up to which temperature? Up to 4 degrees centigrade. So density keeps on increasing, okay, when water is cooled up to 4 degrees centigrade. What happens after this 4 degrees centigrade? Now after this 4 degrees centigrade, you have understood that it will start expanding instead of contracting. So will the density increase anymore? Increase further? No. So the density of water increases and keeps on increasing until it reaches 4 degrees centigrade. So can we say that yes, the density of water is maximum at 4 degrees centigrade? If you consider pure water, density of pure water is maximum at 4 degrees centigrade. So what happens at this temperature? Density of water, it's better to say density of pure water is maximum. Pure water is maximum. Fine, is maximum. It will not increase anymore. And what is this value? The value is 1 gram per centimeter cube, or you can also say it to be 1000 kg per meter cube. This is the density of water, and this is maximum value which occurs at a temperature range of not temperature range, rather which occurs at a temperature of 4 degrees centigrade. So I hope it is clear, and this is why you think of the phenomenon that ice floats on water. Why? Because when water at 0 degrees centigrade freezes into ice, that ice has a density less than that of the density of water, because water which is at a slightly temperature above 0 degrees centigrade has greater density than density of ice. So we have learned about flotation and sinking in the previous chapter. So we know the concepts of flotation. When object floats, when the density of the solid object is less than density of liquid, obviously density of ice is less than density of pure water. and that is why ice can float on water. So I hope this concept is clear. So today was a brief class where we have discussed a separate topic, anomalous expansion of water. We are unable to discuss this topic in the previous class due to time. So today we will end our video here. In the next lecture we will continue with transformation of energy, okay, and the various sources of energy. Okay, so till then please do study well. If you have any query, mention it in the comment box. We'll be happy to solve your problem. Till the next video, till then, goodbye. Thank you.